In this episode, I'm bringing you all the latest Skate 4 news, leaks, and updates. So follow along and let's talk some skate.
Expose those cats.
Welcome to the first ever episode of the Hippy Jump Podcast, a podcast all about the video game franchise Skate. I am your host, William, and on this show, I will be discussing skate news, rumors, leaks, making predictions, reacting to trailers that come out for the new video game. I'll be talking about older games in the franchise, like what features made those games great and what they can do to bring those features into the new game, or vice versa, what features weren't so great in those games and what you shouldn't bring over. Basically, I'm just gonna be talking a lot about skate. So if that's your thing, well, join me on the ride. So first and foremost, I do want to get a few things out of the way because I know I'm just some random dude. So who am I? Like I said, my name is William. I'm really no one important, but I am, like you, a skate fan, a consumer. I love these video games. I always have. I've been playing them since the first one came out, and I just kind of been obsessed with those games ever since. You know, I've always played them. A lot of video games kind of come and go for me, but the one game that has always stuck is Skate. I can always go back to 1, 2, or 3 and play it non-stop. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't even have to play the challenges. I don't have to do story stuff. I can just hop back into Skate at any point in time and have so much fun just skating around. And I think that's what makes Skate special to me. So why make a podcast about the Skate franchise? Well, with things ramping up to Skate 4, you know, some news is coming out. There was a leak last week that I will be discussing later in this video. And you know, there's gonna be stuff to cover over the next few months, over the year or half, however long, however far we are from Skate 4, there's gonna be stuff ramping up. And as we get closer, there's gonna be things to report on. You know, there's probably gonna be more leaks, stuff like that, and I wanna be here to cover it. And also, I just wanna talk about Skate, you know? I'm always talking about Skate to people like my wife or some of my friends, and you know, honestly, they just don't really care about Skate like I do, so I need somewhere to let it out, you know? If you're into this and you wanna stick around, you know, subscribe, get locked in, and I'll be here uploading here and there. Turn on notifications, I guess. Speaking of that, you know, I really would like to get community people involved in this. So if you are part of the skate community, you love skate like I do, you know, I want your participation. I want your comments down below, not because of like, you know, I want numbers or whatever, not because of that, but I want to start discussions with everyone. I want to take people's comments, include them in videos, and talk about what, you know, oh, this person said this in my comments. I think this is a great idea for Skate 4, blah, blah, blah. You know, I want to hear other people's opinions on things. What did you think about that leak that just happened? Like, I want to know that stuff, and that type of stuff I'll bring into the podcast, and, you know, we can all have a conversation together. And that's what I really want to do with this. So by all means, comment whatever you want. I mean, you know, what's your favorite skate game? What did you think about the leak? When do you think Skate 4 is coming out? Anything you want skate related, just throw it down there and, you know, maybe it'll make it into a video. Speaking of that, I do want to get into what my favorite skate game is, just because, you know, if this is an introduction episode, you know, I want you to know where I stand, what my favorite game in the franchise is. And I gotta say it's Skate 2. A lot of people obviously love Skate 3, and I love all of them. Like, through and through, all of them are incredible games in my opinion, but some are just better than others for different reasons, and Skate 2 comes out on top for me. But I don't want to go super into detail about that because I want to make a video about that, and that'll come eventually. But definitely Skate 2, perfect game. Skate 3 is almost there, but Skate 2 is just perfect. I love going back to Skate 2. I'm so happy they brought it to Xbox recently, so But like I said, I'm gonna make a video about that, so we'll get there when we get there. What I did want to turn to, now that we got introductions out of the way, and if you're still here, let's talk some skate news, because we had some big news in the last week. You probably already know a lot of it already. You've probably already seen the leak, but I want to recap everything, and then I want to include some information that maybe some people missed, because I did a little bit of digging in some places. Not super groundbreaking news or anything, nothing like that, just more of like speculation stuff from some comments around the internet. So first things first, I want to jump into this leak. The leak is a 30-second video. It's a super textureless world, not a lot going on graphically in the world, which is fine. Obviously, it's pre-alpha gameplay. There's a guy skating down a hill. He gets to the bottom where it like cuts, like rough cuts, and then he's like in this little courtyard thing, and then there's a stair set there that looks to me like one of the placeable stair sets that are in the park builder in Skate 3. That's what that stair set looks like to me. It looks just like it. And then there's some curved rails on top of this little archway looking thing. Those curved rails definitely from the object dropper. So obviously we are gonna have the object dropper park editor, I'm sure, but that stuff looks like confirmation, unless they're just using old assets, which they could be. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I don't know what's going on. But when he gets down there, he gets off the board, and traversal looks really good. The physics look great. It looks so smooth, and he does these front flips, which is awesome. I know a lot of people aren't crazy about the flips, but I think it'll make for some really cool moments, especially for trick liners. That's not really my thing, but trick lining is gonna go insane with those flips. Also, one thing in this leaked gameplay that I did want to point out is there's a little thing of text at the bottom right of the screen, and it says, hold a button to chat. So that's a confirmation that there's an online chat. You can tell he's in an online world because there's names kind of plopped out in the distance. I think some of them are object names, but it looks like there's players running around in this world, and I'm pretty sure it's an online open world, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. But you do see actually another player in like a split second. There's a guy towards the end of the clip. He's standing by a tree. I think he's moving. You can't really tell because you only see him for a second, but it looks like it's another player in the world. Now, after this video leaked, a man by the name of Jeff Grubb. If you don't know Jeff Grubb, very big leaker. He loves to leak things. He's very reliable. Almost everything he says is right. He actually commented about Skate. Actually, matter of fact, he posted this video, and that's why this video blew up. So the leak is kind of all because of him. He didn't upload the video, but he's the one that posted it on Twitter. But the next day after this leak, he had his show Grubb Snacks, and he had a few things to say about it. So I just want to take a second and see what he had to say.
There was some pre-alpha footage of Skate 4 in action, and they still haven't officially done anything yet, but they have clearly been running these tests. They ran some play tests late last year, and then they ran some play tests this week. Like, that stuff's happening right now. And the result is that we got a little bit of a leak. It's clearly just trying to dial in the gameplay. It's part of a prototyping phase. I mean, I've heard from the people who have played it. It is very fun. People seem to be very impressed with the way it feels. That's the big takeaway is, it feels great. It is a lot of fun.
So real quick, what he's saying is pretty exciting. It sounds like reception of Skate 4 is really good. People seem like they're happy, which is great to hear, obviously. I just wanted to comment on that real quick. That's awesome. I'm super happy to hear that. Let's keep moving though.
The two big things I wanted to bring up about Skate 4, about like what you should expect from it as like either a skate fan or just a fan of modern games. They are going to be taking some modern stuff in like specifically the kind of stuff you might see in like a Forza game or a lot of modern like online multiplayer games, where you're going to have a lot of customization options for your character, a lot of skins for your board, things like that, and it's going to go all out. And there'll be like UGC, like there's going to be a lot of user generated content where you could just wrap up your board with the craziest stuff that the community is making and stuff like that. They're going to really emphasize that stuff. And where that stuff should shine is the other side of this, which is sort of this collaborative online free skate mode that does sound very good, that I've heard really good things about as well. This is a mode where you are hanging out with your friends or anyone else who's going to like hop onto the server, and then anyone on this server can say, hey, like, does anyone want to try like lay down some tricks over here with me on this thing? And then someone can lay down the skate park stuff required to do that, in real time with everyone else right there, and just say, okay, here's the ramp we need to make this happen. There it is. Now everyone start doing this, and people can work together to make these parks like all at the same time. You can, add stuff, delete stuff on the fly. And the people that have played this mode said this was kind of the standout, where it was just really fun to do that with friends and with other people.
So real quick, I want to run through a few things he said. He was talking about user-generated content and skins and stuff like that. That's not surprising, obviously. Since Skate 3 came out, gaming's a lot different now. So, I mean, you can expect that stuff. And back then, people were making their own stuff with the graphics creator. And also they were glitching like crazy and making grip tapes and stuff like that and wrapping their whole characters and stuff. And that's been a thing in Skate 3, just not as legit as this sounds. So this isn't really surprising. It's definitely something, we could have expected to see. And obviously it's welcomed. I mean, user-generated content's cool. I think it'd be cool if people do make their own brands or something like that. A lot of people do that in Skater XL now, and they make their own skate brands and clothing brands, and it's really cool. I love that, and I would love to see that in Skate. Now, he does end up talking about this online open world that I was kind of noticing in that clip, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And what he said got me really excited, to be honest. It sounds awesome. Him talking about you being able to link up with your friends and being like, hey, let's skate this spot, or hey, let's make this spot and skate it. It sounds really cool. I'm really hoping this means that you can do like impromptu games of skate. Like you pull up to this stair set and it's like, hey, let's play a game of skate down this stair set or this handrail or something like that. I think that would be really cool. That's kind of something I've always wanted out of Skate, is a big open world where everyone's just skating around. Like, that sounds awesome. Seems like he confirmed what I was seeing in the video, and it's really exciting. So 2 thumbs up. They're doing a great job. Sounds like it. Again, big shout out to Jeff Grubb for leaking this information. We did not know this until he said that. So also, another thing that he was saying is there has been 2 play tests, which we knew there was one last year, and there was one last week, and we're not sure if this leak came from this playtest. I would imagine, what are the odds this video leaks the same time there's a playtest and it's from the older playtest, you know what I mean? And just because it looks so early and textureless and everything doesn't mean that that is the state of the game. Like Jeff Grubb was saying, it's prototyping, so they could have stripped down a bunch of things just to focus on one aspect of the game. A lot of people are judging the game off of this one 30-second clip saying, oh my god, like, this looks terrible. They're so far away from releasing this game. That is not 100% true. Just everyone chill. Another thing that I did find, Tom Henderson, who is another big leaker. This really isn't big news or anything. It's just a cool little tidbit of information. He actually said that this open world right now is being called Skate City. Hey, it's me from the future editing this podcast. He actually said Fun City, not Skate City. Skate City is a completely different skateboarding game. Did not mean to say that. I'm pretty sure that's a placeholder name and it'll probably get changed, but cool information nonetheless if you're interested in the development of Skate 4. Now, there is a bit of a counter argument to the playtest thing that I'm saying. If we take our attention and focus it on the EA Skate Council, who are, if you don't know, a group of YouTubers, skate influencers, they're all together on this team and they're working with Full Circle to develop the next skate game, which is really awesome. I love that they're doing that, by the way. It's fantastic. Them listening to the community is exactly what we need out of this game. 2 members of the Skate Council actually tweeted about this leak, and one of them is, of course, X7 Albert. He tweeted, bruh, who the hell leaked that? And Garrett Jenner, another Skate Council member, replied and said, seriously, such a whack move. And then X7 Albert goes and replies and said, I know, right, man? you and I both know this was from a while ago. He then goes on to say, you know, I don't know if you remember, but I remember seeing someone in black. He's referring to the character in the clip. That I don't really care too much about. I don't know, that's none of my business who leaked this, whatever. What I do want to focus on is he said this was from a while ago, which is interesting. Because, let's see, at the time of this leak, if the playtest was a week ago or a few days ago, then why would he say this is from a while ago? Or, I have a bit of a conspiracy theory here. Maybe Full Circle and EA were like, hey, can you tweet about this so people don't freak out? Like, give the impression that, like, hey, this clip was from a while ago, without actually, you know, saying it, or EA saying it. I understand Full Circle probably doesn't want this out, EA doesn't want this out, because they think it makes their game look bad, which I personally don't think it does. I mean, if you know that it's pre-alpha gameplay, then what's the big deal? I mean, of course it's gonna look like this. This is before alpha, like, come on. But at the same time, there are some people that I have seen judging this game from this clip, like I said earlier, so maybe that's why. But back to my little conspiracy, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's what they do in the video game world. Just a thought I had. But Albert tweeting that, and that tweet is still up, and EA didn't tell them to bring it down. Very interesting. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just think it's weird that it's still there. Because I would imagine they would not want, you know, anyone commenting on it. They didn't comment on it. No one really said anything about the leak, and the leak kind of came and went, except for the people that are like super into Skate. So now I want to keep continuing on this Skate Council talk. Another member is Milky. And if you don't know Milky, he's a big Skater XL YouTuber. Also, Garrett Jenner is as well. X7 Albert Skate 3 Trickliner. Everyone knows him, you know. Not trying to slide him or anything, but like everyone knows him. And then Garrett Jenner, you know, seems like a chill dude, plays Skater XL. And same for Milky, plays a lot of Skater XL as well. But yeah, Milky is on the council. And I decided to go check out his live stream on Twitch, the most recent one he did after this clip leak, just to see, you know, people are gonna bring it up in chat. So I was like, well, let's go see what people are saying. Let's see what Milky is gonna say about this, if he can say anything. And to no surprise for me, he didn't say anything because I'm sure he can't. He's under NDA and everything. And I'm sure they told him, hey, don't comment on this, don't say anything. He did say a few things here and there, like, he kept saying, you know, it's early, the game's early, it's early. I think they probably told him to say that, again, because the clip looks early. I just don't buy, like, I know the game hasn't been in development for that long. It's been like a little over 2 years now, I think. But I don't know. I don't look, and never mind. I don't even know anything about game development. It is still early. I just don't know if it's as early as they're leading it on to be. But Milky kept saying, you know, like, oh, what did you guys think about that leak? And he was just kind of reading what they were saying. I think he wanted to kind of get a feel of how the community felt. You know, he was like, yeah, how did you guys feel about the leak? What did you guys think about the leak? You know, I want to get your opinions. I obviously can't say anything about it, but I want to know what you guys said, you know. So he was saying all that, definitely trying to fish for some feedback, probably to bring it back to EA, which is cool. But a few things that I did pull from the live stream, again, not like insane news, but it is interesting to mention, at least. Milky said that he is still pushing for dual stick controls to EA, which is interesting. And if you don't know, dual stick controls, they're from Skater XL, you know, your left stick is your left foot, right stick is your right foot. Dual sticks, you know, it's free flipping, there's no can animations or anything like that. He was saying that he's still been mentioning that to EA. And I just find it weird. Because I feel like if they're gonna do dual stick controls, I feel like they would have already started on that path. And I feel like he's saying that to kind of tease. I feel like he's teasing the fan base, honestly. I feel like if you're gonna if you're gonna mention that, you know, like this far in development, I just don't believe that they're like, oh, should we do dual stick controls? I don't know, you know, we're 2 years into development. So I don't know how much I believe Milky on that one. I'm sorry, Milky. I just don't know, man. I just feel like that's fishy. I feel like if there's no dual stick controls, I feel like he wouldn't even mention it. I feel like he wouldn't talk about it because he wouldn't want to get people's hopes up. But I feel like the fact that he said, I'm still, don't worry guys, I'm still telling them about dual stick controls, I feel like it might be happening. Maybe, I don't know. It seems like a big undertaking to do flick it and dual stick controls. If the dual stick controls are free flip animations, and that means there's no, like if you flip the board, it's not gonna do just a perfect kickflip like Skate. It's gonna flip different ways, kind of depending on how you flick your stick. And I feel like that would be hard to do with having the flick it system and then also having this free flowing animation system. But again, not a game developer, so I could be completely wrong. Maybe it isn't that big of a deal to do. I don't know. I just thought that tidbit of information right there was interesting, so I wanted to include it in this episode as well. Another thing that he was talking about is he was saying that, he can sit down with EA and talk to them for hours and they listen, and he was kind of comparing it to the Skater XL team, Easy Day Studios, because they're like the opposite and they don't listen to anything fans say. So he was talking about, like how nice it is to sit down with people at EA or Full Circle and they'll just listen. They just listen to everything that Milky has to say and they take it. So he was talking about that, and he said when he sat down with them, the first thing he told them was, look, mod support is the most important thing for this game. That is what we need. And obviously we know this game's coming to PC, so I think that's definitely possible, and it's very likely as well, because if you have someone like Milky, you have someone like Garrett Jenner on the Skate Council, they're both going to be pushing for mod support. And especially Milky saying that's his number one thing, like you have to have it, I think Full Circle is going to be listening to him. Also, if Full Circle can look at what Easy Day Studios is doing and kind of learn from their mistakes, which it probably isn't too hard to do. If they're looking at Easy Day Studios and being like, okay, they have all these mods, they have this mod community, this is really cool, like let's implement this into our video game. And then also maybe not leave our fans in the dark and never update our game or stuff like that. Only care about esports, stuff like that. Sorry, I'm throwing a lot of shade to Skater XL. I love the game, but damn, Easy Day Studios. That's everything that happened with Skate 4 in the last week. It is actually a significant amount of information. We now know more about Skate 4 than we did prior, so it's always great to know more. Again, obviously I know they didn't want this to leak, but I'm happy it did. I think it looks incredible. Full Circle, EA. I don't know if any of y'all are watching this, but you're looks good. Keep it up, because I'm digging it. Who knows when it's even gonna be coming out. I have a feeling it might be the end of 2023 or something like that. Hopefully we get something this year though, like a trailer or something. Maybe we can get some alpha testing, some beta testing next year, going in the summer or something like that. Something, I don't know, I just want to get my hands on this game, guys. I'm ready. Been waiting 12 years for this. It's time for Skate 4. We've all been waiting for this. So any bit of information we can get is give it to me. I want it now. So, this leak literally pushed me to make a whole podcast about Skate. And I know that probably sounds crazy because it's well, how often do we actually get Skate news? And like I said at the beginning of this episode, it's not all going to be Skate news. I'm going to be talking about other things, making videos about other topics to do with Skate. And also these aren't going to be hour episodes. As you can see in this video, it's not that long. Also, I keep saying video, it's also on audio platforms. Didn't say that before, but I do want to keep this around 20 minutes or so. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be, because I gotta edit everything up, so it might not even be 20 minutes, which is completely fine. But if you found this on the audio platforms, it is on video platforms as well. YouTube. It's on YouTube as well. So you can go over to the YouTube, the Hippy Jump Podcast, and hit me up over there. You can leave comments, in the video. Like I said, I do want to bring you guys into these videos. Like I said, don't be shy in the comments. What I want to get out of this one is, what did you guys think of the leak? I want to get your opinions. I want to see what you have to say, and I'll reflect on those comments in the next episode I do. If you have a thing for Skate, I got a thing for Skate. Let's talk about Skate. I don't know what it is about Skate. I do love real skateboarding as well, so that's probably where it stems from. I'm not good at it. I can't skate at all. I have a board, but I'm absolutely terrible. I skated when I was like a teenager and stuff. Wasn't ever good at it. I dabble in it a little bit here and there now, and I'm still not good at it. I don't really push myself like that though, so because I'm a 25-year-old man, you know, I got a job, I got, you know, family to take care of. I'm not trying to go out there and hurt myself, because I definitely don't have the skills that are required to be skating. But I do like rolling around, hitting a couple ollies, pop shove-its. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for listening to this or watching this. I tried to bring a little more information to this video than I was seeing around other places on the internet. You know, some of the stuff has already been covered, and I'm not here to break news. Oh my God, I'm just trying to start a discussion. I'm trying to talk about how I feel about everything that's going on with Skate 4 at the moment. So I hope you can dig it. If you like it, like the video, subscribe to the podcast, rate me on Spotify or whatever you're listening, iTunes, anything. Comment, how'd you feel about the leak? I have other things going on. I have a personal YouTube. I have another podcast, Super Pixels Weekly. Also, I have a Twitch. If you want to come over there, I'll probably be playing some Fortnite over there or something like that. Every so often, not very often, but I do like to stream sometimes too. So hit me up over there as well if you want. You don't have to. You don't have to stay here either. But if you want to, I'd appreciate it. All right, thank you guys. I didn't think about a proper sign off for this, so peace. I don't know.